My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Ultimate Edition Fan Takeover Goldberg. And so here we have the Ultimate Edition Bill Goldberg pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Goldberg does come with 3 different head portraits. We do get the neutral expression, which looks nice. We do get a screaming, yelling expression. And then we do get an expression where he's blowing smoke out of his mouth. He also does come with 3 sets of hands. We do get a pair of fists, a pair of grip hands, and then a set of pointer finger hands. He of course does come with the WCW World Heavyweight title, as well as the WCW United States title, which look really nice. I am glad they included both these titles. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to Goldberg's details. And so here we have a closer look at Goldberg, and I have to say this is one of Mattel's stronger faces. I don't know what it is about this head sculpt. It just doesn't look like Goldberg to me. I mean, from some angles, yeah, you can clearly tell it is Bill Goldberg, but then from others, it's like, that kind of looks like Goldberg. I think my favorite head sculpt that this set or figure came with was a yelling expression, because that looks like Goldberg. It kind of looks like a mixture of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Celebrity Deathmatch, but it looks like that version of Stone Cold mixed with Goldberg, but it's still a pretty decent face sculpt, I'm not gonna lie. The paint just could have been done a little bit better. It is a good head sculpt, I'm not gonna lie, but it could be much better. It does capture the same bald head that Goldberg is known for, which looks really nice here on the figure. Moving on to the torso, he is using the really jacked Ultimate Edition torso, which looks really good on Goldberg. You can see they did even pencil in his chest hair, which is a really good detail. He does have the new butterfly joints, which I guess they're not new at this point, seeing as how several figures have had them. He is sporting his traditional tribal Goldberg tattoo. This particular tattoo, you know, it is Goldberg at this point. Anybody else who gets that, they're copying Goldberg. I don't know if Goldberg copied somebody, but yeah. Really do like the way this figure came out. Now, this was WCW Goldberg, so he doesn't have the skull tattoo that he has now. His arm was still bare, and if anything, this figure shouldn't really have this elbow pad. Goldberg really only wore one elbow pad, and that was on the left arm, but I guess they did that just to be a little bit symmetrical. Speaking of these elbow pads, I don't know how I feel about them. They are newly tooled elbow pads that we see for the first time here with Goldberg. They're kind of chunky, though. I'm not gonna lie. They are throwing me off just because we have never seen this particular style of elbow pad done by Mattel. So yeah, really interesting that we get new elbow pads here, which I do like that. Something else that is included with this Goldberg is a set of fists with the MMA gloves. The only other time we have seen these has been with Brock Lesnar, the Ultimate Edition, and then with Viscera. But with Viscera, the fingers were not even painted. These ones, we do have the painted fingers. So really do like that. And then being Goldberg, he just has a pair of simple black trunks, which, you know, somebody once said you would never get over in a pair of black trunks, and Goldberg was over, as well as somebody else who was in WWE at the time. Really do like that they gave him the really muscular legs, and they gave him the accurate knee pads, which have the little slits in the back. That's what Goldberg wore in his time in WCW. And then of course we do have the short ring boots, although on mine you can see right here on his left leg there is a little bit of a gap. I am going to have to heat his ankle up just to try to close that gap up, but it's not a big deal right now. And of course he does have the short ring boots. As you can see, they do look nice. Overall, this Goldberg is pretty much what you expect a Goldberg figure to be. It's Goldberg. There's really not much more to say. He looks really imposing, especially when you have him with a screaming head. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Goldberg posing next to the Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And for one final comparison, here we do have the Ultimate Edition Bill Goldberg posing next to the Elite WrestleMania Bill Goldberg. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Goldberg's articulation now. Goldberg does have a ball joint here at the head, which does let him look up. And he does look slightly down. That's neutral, and that's slightly down. He does have some slight head tilt, which does work, as well as turns left and right at the head. He does incorporate a butterfly joint, so his arms do swing back about that far. They swing forward about that far. They go out to the side really nicely. Then they go all the way around. When I got this figure out of the box, his arms were warped and they were kind of bent inward. I got them almost neutral. This one still needs a little bit of work, but yeah, it still functions with the bicep swivel right there. Double bend here at the elbow, and surprisingly he gets some pretty good range even with that big bulky elbow pad, because it is opened up so that it kind of does move with the joint, so that's kind of cool. He does have a swivel hinge here at the wrist. We do have a ball joint here at the torso, which does allow for some pivot, some forward, some back. No rotation. Your rotation is going to be done here at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about right there. They kick back out to the side, no problem. Thigh swivel works fine. Double bend here at the knee, working really nice even with his knee pad there. Swivel here at the boot, as well as has a hinge that goes back and forward really nicely. Rocker ankle does work, and then we do have a toe hinge. So overall, Bill Goldberg here has some pretty good articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Goldberg posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Ultimate Edition Goldberg pose for my final thoughts, and overall Mattel has done a really good job with this figure. I do think that he could have come with another pair of hands. I'm not a fan of the big choke slamming hands that we normally get with Goldberg figures, but out of all the times to include extra hands, the Ultimate Edition Goldberg seems like the perfect opportunity to do it. Don't get me wrong, I really do like the way this figure came out. I would have just liked an extra set of hands. That's kind of odd that they didn't throw in the really big open hands like they normally do. But other than that, I still think this is a really solid figure. Mattel absolutely killed it with this Goldberg figure. He comes with everything you would expect a Goldberg to come to. With the alternate heads actually do look really nice, and I'm not really sure how I feel about the one where he's blowing smoke. I'm pretty sure people use that for other things, but yeah, it's still an interesting head. I am glad they included it, but I think the yelling head is what sells this figure for me. I absolutely love this yelling head, and the fact that I finally have a WCW United States title. It's one of my favorite belts. I'm really happy to have this Goldberg in my collection now. If you are trying to track down the Ultimate Edition Bill Goldberg, he is an Amazon exclusive, being a fan takeover figure, so you do have to get him on Amazon. I was lucky enough to pre-order mine about 3 weeks ago when the pre-orders went up and then suddenly vanished. I was lucky enough to get him, and thankfully Amazon did not cancel my order. I'm really happy to have Goldberg in hand, and if you want him, he is available at the time I'm making this video for $32.99, so go check out Amazon listings for your very own Ultimate Edition Bill Goldberg. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.